Well, there's no intro this week because these two guys couldn't get on the same page. So it's New Comic Book Day. What is up, defects? We're back, and it's another New Comic Book Day show, guys. For those of you that are new, this is where we take Chris Nelms' New Comic Book Day pull list. He's a really great author over at comicbookinvest.com. We take that list, come on, we break it down defect style, guys. So if you want to get a look at Chris Nelms' New Comic Book Day pull list article, we're going to put a link in the description of this video so that you can go right to it and read it. And of course, a link to CBSI's website so you can go check out all the great content over there. Before we get started, the Butcher 105, why don't you let them know about our partners?
Guys, you already know, EROD 212 with Express Comic Book Pressing. Defects 10 get you 10% off. EROD will also submit to CBCS and CGC and pass on his discount. But not only that, guys, we have Mutant Beaver Comics, Canada's #1 online comic book shop for exclusive variants. Check them out. Defects 10. Get yourself 10% off. Tell the B-Man and Pat the Defects sent you.
That's right. All right, guys, without further ado, let's get into those books.
All right, defects. Matt, pop Chris's list up there so we can get started on this week's books. Guys, from DC Comics coming in hot this week, Batman number 108. You got a first appearance of Miracle Molly. We finally get her. We got a first appearance of Squeak and Master Wiz. Guys, what do you think?
Guys, DC's doing it right with Batman and Batman 108. Tinian, Jimenez. You got the first full appearance of Miracle Molly, member of the Unsanity Collective. Squeak and Master Wiz, the leader of the Unsanity Collective. And it's also the origin of Peacemaker 01. So a book to grab. This is probably going to be my pick of the week. You got 3 first appearances and an origin story and a great writer and a great artist.
Yeah, the covers are looking great. You also, on top of that 1 in 25 Federici, which I'm kind of digging, you got a 1 in 50 foil variant. There's a ton of other variants for this comic. People have been waiting for issue 108 for a while now. So be careful, what you're buying. But yeah, there's some nice covers out there. So obviously you can see the foil is pretty much the same as the cardstock, just the foil. So check it out, guys. This is probably a lot of people's picks of the week.
Next up, keep that DC train rolling, guys. Crime Syndicate number 3. You got a first appearance. That word is just not working tonight. Alexander Luthor from Earth 3. Let me just explain one thing. That cardstock variant, madon.
Well, guys said it all. Not something that I'm reading right now, but there is a first appearance in here, so I don't know. We bring you first appearances, baby. We got to report the news. That's what we do here. So let us know in the comments if this is good or not. Something that I'm not reading right now.
Marvel hitting you with Heroes Reborn number 1 this week. First appearance of a bunch of mashup characters. You got a lot going on in these covers.
Yeah, guys, Heroes Reborn. Marvel been pumping this for a while. You got the first team appearance of Squadron Supreme of America. You got the first Daywalker Blade. You got the first Dr. Juggernaut. You got the first Black Skull. You got the first Silver Witch. You got the first Unstoppable All Guy and the intro to Thanos' Infinity Rings. Not only that, you have a bunch of preview sketches of characters to come. Just looking at the inside of these pages, guys, and the solicitation, I don't think this is going to be for me. It's almost like they're switching up all their characters in this book and turning it into something different. I know some people are hyped about this. I know the community is a little split because some people are, crapping on it. I'm going to give it a read, see where it goes, but I got to be honest, I don't think this is going to be for me, but, hey, you never know. Also, you got, cover A, You got the 1 in 25 McGinnis. You got the 1 in 50 Vergi variant. You got the 1 in 100 Perez, and then you got the 1 in 200 Art Germ variant, which is fire. But I don't know how heavily, I don't know what this is going for. Check it on eBay when this video comes out, guys. I wouldn't invest too heavy into this. Marvel's arcs never really do that well investment-wise, so just be careful on what you buy.
Yeah, Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness, two great names, but like Jay said, I don't think these characters have legs, but it sounds kind of cool. I might just give it a read. So, and that 1 in 200 Archer is fantastic. So,
you know what comes next, Defects. Some books we're trying to highlight this week. So Matt's going to throw them up there, and we're going to go through them. From Aftershock Comics, you have Eden #1. You got that cover A, and you got that 1 in 10 Wando variant. A lot going on in that one.
Yeah, guys. Last week I had the underground hair exchange, right? The black market hair. And this week I have tattoo artists. Okay. So we got Niles and Eden, the two main characters of this story. The thing with Eden is she wants to get new tattoos, but something's happening. Every time she gets a new tattoo, they vanish after only a few days. Beyond that, I don't know much how this story is going to play out. I have a feeling it's going to have a horror element to it because the writer is Cullen Bunn. He's great at horror, guys. So this should be interesting. I've heard there's a little bit of buzz around this, so I'm curious. I'm curious to see how this goes. Jay's tattoos definitely have not vanished after only a few days. We know that.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited too. Like you said, we had a barber last week, and now we got a tattoo artist, and it's Cullen Bunn, guys. He's been killing it lately. He's been a really popular writer these last couple of weeks. You've seen him pop up a couple of times, so definitely going to give this a read.
There you go.
Who's next? The deli guy?
Yeah, exactly.
Next up, guys, from Bad Idea, we got a good idea. ENIAC #3.
Guys, Matt Kent and Doug Brathwaite are killing this. The book has been on fire. Bad Idea started it off with, doing that promotion for the first print, giving out the button. The book's been on absolute fire. I haven't got a chance to read the story, but from what I hear, it's been a great read. I'm going to have to get on 1, 2, and 3.
Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. I just found out that's what it stands for. So
there you go.
Hey, people are on this, like Jay said. So, and just going back to the last book, I just got a picture of a guy slicing cold cuts in a comic book when Guy said the guy for the.
We're gonna have a comic come out from the Defects. It's gonna just be called The Defect, and he's gonna be a badass butcher, deli guy, and he just starts slicing people up on a slicer.
You want some gabagool?
Yeah, see? There you go. This week from DC, guys, Batman FORTNITE 0 Point. If you didn't have enough, they're back at it again. And why not have a bunch of covers? Cover A, you got a cardstock variant with a whole bunch of people on it. Then you got that 1 in 25. That 1 in 25 is actually pretty dope.
So, guys, I guess I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago when the #1 came out. We kind of poked fun at it, and this book got hot. I think the reason why is because there's redeemable codes for Fortnite inside of these things. So in this one, it's the Batman Wing Glider. If you're interested in Fortnite, you can get that. And I guess this is a 6-issue series, and if you redeem all 6, you get to have the armored Batman Zero suit. So I'm sure that's going to be like a big thing in Fortnite. I don't know. The story, I could leave it alone. The covers, they're not bad. I'm okay with these covers. They don't blow my socks off, but they're definitely not the worst ones of the week either. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's all I got to say on this one.
we definitely shit on it 2 weeks ago. You know what? Thinking about it now, it's a good gimmick, guys. And the incentive that DC is given with Fortnite is, like Matt said, if you collect all 6 issues, you get a super bonus, which is pretty cool if you're a gamer. Maybe they're trying to get to smart. They're trying to get to the gaming community. Either way, they're moving units to this book. So, and it popped up on multiple top 10 lists. So, hey man, kudos to them. They're moving the books. That's all that matters, right?
DC doing it right.
Speaking of DC, you got Swamp Thing this week. You got Cover A, and then you got that cardstock variant.
Yeah, guys. Swamp Thing number 3. Ram V, Mike Perkins on the art, classic artist. It's the first meeting of the new Swamp Thing, Levi Kemi, and the former Swamp Thing, Alec Holland. So, again, I read the first issue of this. DC is doing good with this too. Swamp Thing's, pivotal character that has a huge cult following. So, I'll be reading 2 and 3. I got to catch up.
I tell you, I wouldn't mind giving Cover A a look.
Get a little mossy down there.
DC again. Suicide Squad, guys. Cover A, and then you got that cardstock. That cardstock is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is on the list because there's a crossover with Teen Titans Academy, which I've been reading, and people are liking. That cardstock with Red X on it. I think the Red X is going to be that storyline. I can't wait to see how that fleshes out, and I feel like it's going to definitely catch some people's attention, and all those books that have to do with the new Red X will definitely, I think, have a little bit of value to them. So this will be interesting how the storyline develops here. Wow. I think the biggest draw is because of the crossover with Teen Titans Academy. So
yeah, and there's a new costume for Bolt. I'm reading the solicitation read. So Red X has been hot, man. If you're a Red X fan, that cardstock is a book that you might want to grab.
Yep.
Guys, coming in hot this week. Dynamite. You know her. We all know her. Red Sonja, number 26. You got that Cover A. I mean, I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave.
Yeah,
pretty much my point on that one. You got a 111 Gracie cosplay. We like the cosplay variants. And then you got a Linzer limited variant too.
Yeah, guys. And I like what Dynamite does here. They go a little bit outside the box. Not Red Sonja's box, but the box. And you get a 1 in 11 Gracie cosplay, which looks phenomenal, guys. So listen, Red Sonja has a huge cult following, and she recently killed Very Gary, so you might want to pick these up.
Yeah, go check out Very Gary's variant, and his Kickstarter or Indiegogo is still going on. So go support that, guys.
Oh, I'm just getting tongue tied over here. Dynamite again, Vampirella number 19. You Cover A. You got that Lorraine cosplay variant. I'll tell you this much: not into horror, but you know what? I let her bite me,
Guys. Like Jay said, another cult following book. We wanted to show Dynamite and these two titles some love because they deserve it. There's people out there that watch these videos that collect this every week, so we definitely wanted to throw it on the list and say, hey, we didn't forget about you, Red Sonja and Vampirella. So again, we have another cosplay cover. I think those always do well. We like looking at them, that's for sure. So Vampirella number 19 this week, guys. If you're collecting it, go grab it.
What an outfit. Guys, Star Wars is back and coming in hot. The High Republic Adventures number 4 from IDW. Cover A. And then you got a 1 in 10 Nathan variant.
Yeah, guys, what can we say? Star Wars, we talk about it week after week, is on absolute fire. In this issue, Trix tries to survive, fighting through a Republic blockade, and it's revealed the mystery person character that's trying to help him. So if you're into this book, again, I'm not caught up. I read the first 2 issues. They started off phenomenal. Definitely a series I am going to catch up on. I got a lot of reading to do, obviously, and we already know, guys, all these new characters, everything's on fire. Investment-wise, probably want to grab it. You never know when someone new is going to pop up.
Yeah, I think the characters out of this storyline for High Republic are the better investment than the Marvel. So I think these 2 characters could have some legs. So yeah, I definitely got to catch up as well. I got to read 3 and 4. So
Guys, Image has been on fire, and we know that this week, The Good Asian.
yeah, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the writer or the artist name on this because I'm just going to butcher it. His first name is Pornsack, and the artist's first name is Alexandra. I can't pronounce the last name, so I'm not even going to try. This is a follow-up to the Infidel series. This is basically a Chinese American detective on trial on the trail of a killer in 1936 Chinatown. This definitely plays into some current events with some of the stuff that's going on with the with some of the I guess violence against Asian Americans. So this is an interesting book. We've seen a lot of this recently, where you have current events playing out in comics, you know, and I think it's a good thing. So let's see. I have a feeling this is going to be a good one. This has a lot of heat behind it. There's people that are talking about it. James Tinian commented on this already. Cliff Chang commented on this already. So this might be one to grab. Image has been doing new series right recently, so I tend to kind of give Image the benefit of the doubt here. So I'm probably going to do the same thing here.
I'll tell you this much: I have a whole like 3 long boxes full of Image that, like, you know what, I would love to get rid of, but now I wish I had 3 long boxes of what they've been doing recently.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of great stuff like this.
Next up, we know this one, guys. Also from Image, Nocterra number 3. You got cover A, and you got a whole bunch of different variants on this cover. You got a 1 in 10 Daniel sketch variant, a 1 in 25 version sketch variant, and then you got that 1 in 50 Daniel variant as well. That changes it up a little bit.
Yeah, guys. Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel have been killing this. This is a comic book that you pick up and you don't want to put down. I'm all caught up on this. This is probably top 2 newest books out. That the comic book is just absolutely insane. Like I said, Snyder's killing this run. They gave him the reins to do his own thing. It's such a great storyline, and you kind of see where it's going, but don't. If you're not caught up to Nocterra, guys, I can't suggest this enough. A great, great read that goes extremely fast.
100% Butch. Guys, I don't say this very often. We kind of drop hints and we kind of give our opinion, but this is a book that I am heavily invested in reading and for the market. Okay, I have multiple copies of one of all the ratio variants, and I'm not doing that just for no reason. Okay, I think the combination of Snyder and Daniels is fantastic between the art, the writing, and the story itself. It's a home run. It's easy to get caught up and say, oh, it could be the next Something is Killing the Children. So I don't want to say that. But right now, if you're going to get in and take a chance, now is the time on this book, guys. At first, I didn't know what the difference on the 1 in 50 was. And you can see she's got that.
Yeah, she got the mask. It's the mask. Yep.
And the mask on. So I think that's pretty cool. Not sure if it's worth a 1 in 50, but hey, it is what it is. So at least read it. I mean, that's at a minimum, you have to read it.
Yeah, and I could 100% seeing this picked up for a show. This could be, when I read this book, it reminds me, it could be the next Walking Dead. That's what it kind of has that feel. So, like Matt said, great read, great investment, guys.
Look at her shooting the guy in the background. Just look at that.
No look. It's a no look.
No look. That's awesome. Guys, this week from Marvel, Star Wars, War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha number 1. I mean, you put Boba on a cover, you got me. You got cover A, you got the Crane variant. Listen, you got a 1 in 50 Black Armor variant. There's a lot going on with these books. There's a lot of variants, but these are just some of them, guys.
There is a ton of chatter, ton of heat behind this book this week. It's a one shot. There's going to be a Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunter series coming out. I don't know if it's another month or 2. So in this one, though, there is kind of a first appearance. It's the first appearance of Boba Fett's black armor.
Insane.
Could you imagine if we see that in the spin-off series that's coming to Disney Plus? Like, this book would absolutely go through the roof. I don't want to tell you to run out and pay an exorbitant amount of money for this, but if you can get it for a good price, I think it's worth grabbing. Chris has something to say about this book later on, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. But just to give you some info on this, there's a couple little tiny minor first appearances in here as well. This is essentially a storyline of Boba Fett actually captures Han Solo and brings him to Tatooine for Jabba the Hutt. So this is really cool. I just have to read this. If you're a Star Wars fan, like, you have to read this. Like, you want to know how this story plays out. You can see it there on the cover, right? He's got him in carbonite. He's right there on the cover. And then, like, that 1 in 50 has that black armor. So excited for this, but carefully investing on this one. Like, I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on this, but I want to have it just in case.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
If you're a Boba fan, you might want to pick this up. We actually looked up the 1 in 50 black armor variant on eBay about 3 days ago, and it was going for under ratio. It was going for about $45. I don't know if that's going to be the case when it comes out, but if you're a Star Wars fan, if you're a big Boba fan, you might want to grab the first appearance of the black armor. And if you do, you might want to grab that first appearance, first cover in that 1 in 50. But there'll be more we're talking about in a little bit.
Yeah, and you got on the Crane variant, you got Slave 1 too, which is dope.
Yep.
That is.
Next up, I know Jay's excited about this book. You got Strange Academy number 10 from Marvel. You got the field trip, boys.
Yeah, all caught up on this too, guys. Scotty Young and Ramos are killing these books. It's been a great, fun storyline. I thought it was coming to an end because there was no solicitation for it a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't sure what was going on with it. I guess they went on a little bit of a break, but it's a field trip. And Alvi and Icarus are going back to their home of Asgard. So class trip to Asgard, guys. You can see the Rainbow Road right there. I love what they're doing with this series. It's been a fun ride.
Yeah, I'm glad it's back.
Marvel this week, guys. Thanos Quest, Marvel Tales number 1. I'm iffy on this cover. I'm a little iffy on this cover. I'm a big Thanos fan, and I don't know what's going on.
I'm okay with the cover. Give me Starlin and Lim any day of the week, okay? This is essentially an anthology. It's just going to be retold, but I think it pays homage. Like, this is our childhood, guys. The three of us sitting here, we grew up on this, you know, the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet storyline. So I'm all in on this. You know, there's nothing here except for nostalgia, boys, right? There's no investment purposes here, but it's just a cool thing. If you're a collector of Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, this has got to be in your collection, right? Has to be.
Yeah, I think Thanos is looking like a boss on that cover, guys.
I think so.
It's collected stories. If you're just a cosmic guy, you're going to have to pick this up.
Yep. All right, guys, that time of the week, Chris Nelms, the author of the new Comic Book Day Pull List, he gives us his pick and he tells us why. So here it is, boys and girls. Star Wars, War of the Bounty Hunters Alpha number 1, but the director's cut, guys, from Marvel. Pretty dope covers, not going to lie. So here's what it says. Star Wars Bounty Hunters Alpha has a ton of variants. So that means each different exclusive had at least 375 1 in 50 incentives also. I haven't seen any higher ratio incentives, but 18 to 20 stores will each have 375 plus of the 1 in 50 incentive that we talked about earlier in the show. So at least 7,500 copies will be floating around. Okay. There are fewer copies of any store exclusive than that 7,500 number I just gave you. Instead of chasing the 1 in 50, I would shift to the director's cut 1 in 25 incentive. It's a great cover. And how many people will really order 25 copies of the director's cut that comes out on the same day as the issue? This is a very good point. When I read this, when he sent it earlier, I was like, this makes complete sense. He's 100% right. The director's cut, it's unusual that it comes out the same day as the first release. So, and it's a dope cover, and it has a 1 in 25, which I don't think I've seen on a director's cut. And it's got the black armor on the cover. So he might be right here, because I've actually seen the 1 in 25 going for more money than the 1 in 50. So maybe Chris is onto something here. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
I think if you're a Boba fan, you grab both the 1 in 25 director's cut and the 1 in 50 black armor, because they're both awesome covers. And you know it's going to go crazy. So I might be grabbing both of these.
I think it's a silly question. Is he on to something? It's Chris Nelms, man.
It's a good point. It's a good point. Guys, before you get out of here, we're going to ask that you head over to Keep It Thorough Comics tonight, 10 p.m. He's got the Indie Spotlight Show, another CBSI show/article. You guys want to check that out. The link is going to be in the description of the friends of the show below. Before you head out of here, hit the thumbs up, sub us up if you're new, hit the notification bell, comment in the comment section, guys. All right, for the Pressable Defects, catch you on the next New Comic Book Day show.